Have you ever wondered how gliding is done? How it appears that one is sliding on ice or roller skating? Well, that's what this tutorial is designed to answer. Check it out.
God broke the mold when he made this one. I know she's breathtaking, but some money
And whips reclined up. It's eye for an eye for.
You're a master.
Sliding. It's all about shifting of the weight. Let me explain. When you're pushing off of one leg, you can either push or you can pull. Okay, there are many different types of glides. I'm going to go ahead and show you everything that I've learned about every variation that there is. This is pretty much all-encompassing to every type of glide that you will ever see. Okay? Pay attention, this will all be really fast, but you'll be able to keep up. And by the way, D, this is for you, homie. Alright. So, the first move, I want you to go ahead and visualize this. Alright. Go ahead and watch. What you're doing is one foot is standing on its toe. And so you're using that foot standing on the toe to pull the other leg in. Remember, there's no weight on that foot. It's all an illusion. You bring it in. You get to a turning point where your heels switch places. One goes to the floor, one comes up. Alright? That's kind of fast. Here, I'm just going to show you the effect for now. Okay? Don't worry, I'm going to go over this in more detail in just a second. Bang. Cool. Alright. I want you to go ahead and check this out. This requires an encompassing shot of the feet. Remember, it's all in the feet, okay? Whenever you're gliding, this is usually for the circular glide. One foot pushes off, the other foot goes over. One foot starts on the toe, you push off on the toe, you land on the toe, okay? Remember, your weight is also shifting. Here's a variation that will help you go ahead and smooth things out. So I'm pushing off. Now what happens if I go ahead and rotate my feet? This foot on its heel, this foot on its toe. You get an effect that's really smooth. Okay? Watch again. I'm pushing off here. Then I twist both feet and continue sliding this way. Now remember to put all the weight on that leg that you're landing. Push off, rotate, all the weight on that leg, and bring it in. Okay. Bang. Really smooth. Cut. Okay, now the question comes to mind. What do I do after I drag this foot in? How do I continue this? Okay? So you're coming off your glide, one foot's pulling in. Now what do? How do you get it started back up again? What am I doing here? Okay? Whenever I'm doing this, what am I doing that makes that work? This is what I'm going to explain to you right now. Alright, so as you've already pushed off, remember, all the weight is on that leg. You're pulling in. This heel goes down, and this heel comes up. Then, this leg rotates a little bit as this foot sort of drags out. The foot drags just like this. And then remember, that leg rotates as it lands. Okay. So it doesn't matter what you're doing. All you got to remember is that all the weight is on one leg at a time. That's what facilitates the illusion. Okay? As you can tell, you can make it look really smooth just by mastering the shifting of your weight. So remember, when I say all your weight, I mean all your weight on that toe. Okay? The reason why it's such a great illusion is because nobody thinks that you're going to have all that freaking weight on one toe. Okay? So it sort of helps the illusion that there is no weight on the leg that is really bearing all the weight. Okay? It makes your glide just look more believable. So the more you can get on your toe, the better the glide is going to look. So when you're doing the circular glide, it is necessary to think about how you're going to vary your turns. You don't want to be like, oh, I've got to turn like 45 degrees this way and then 45 degrees this way. There are no hard and fast rules here. You can turn sharp or you can turn not so sharp. This is what creates the glide that makes it look really good. You're not always going to turn like 1/4 of a turn, 1/4 of a turn. And if you do, it's just not going to look as believable. It's just not going to look as good. So, how do you vary your turns? That's a good question. That's what I'm going to explain. You're going to go ahead, pushing off, just as I told you. Remember, as this leg is coming in, you're going to go ahead and switch your heels, 1 and 2. Watch again. Okay? Push off, pull in, switch, and 2. Okay? So once again, you can turn around a lot, or you can just go down a straight line. Okay? Just like I'm doing right there. That's the idea. Alright. So you don't have to turn. You're going to decide how much you turn. That's going in a straight line. But you can vary your turn so that it's more dramatic, bringing that foot just there and then pushing off. So you decide where this glide is going to go ultimately.